guys, how's it going? Thad Shoemaker, Shoemaker Guitar Works. It's a new day, got a new shirt. Guitarists always find the G. Anyway, I'm back here with the Harmony Roy Rogers guitar, and I'm ready to pull these clamps off. So we will go ahead and do this. See where we are at for far as stability here. All that's glued down like it should be. We've got a little bit of glue to clear out of the corner here. And then we can move on to putting our side piece on here. So let's see what we got going here. Clean this glue off. Gotta make sure you cut the glue, not the top. And you're not trying to take any of the structural glue away that you just put on there. You're just trying to get the squeeze out around the bracing or whatever it may be off of there. Sometimes it comes off really easy like this did, and sometimes it does not. So you get that off of there. Now I'm going to take my razor blade one last time and scrape it. Make sure and get all the way up into that corner where the glue was. Glue doesn't stick to glue. Or wood glue doesn't stick to glue anyway. Can't speak for other glues. CA glue will stick to other CA glue. Alright. And this had a little crack in it right here, so I went ahead and fixed that. Soaked it with CA glue, so now I'm going to scrape that CA glue off of there that it's on the outside. And we're going to see how it fits. Not worth a crap, honestly. So I'm going to try and clean up this edge some. Get rid of some of these pieces that are kind of sticking out here. See if I can get it to fit a little better. Which it does. I see one problem right here. It's mostly this back edge that's messing with me, because that's where it sits. It's actually not too bad, but I've got a gap down here. That's because this piece was loose and came out. So once I get everything glued up, I'll kind of glue that piece back in there. But what I'm really going to have to do is not drop that piece inside because I need it. And I need to scrape these a little bit flatter because they're not quite sitting like they should be. Just take these little chips of brace off of here. That gap will be filled with glue if there is any gap. I want this to get up here as close as I can to fill this back up. Also, something I'm going to do, so I'm going to have a clamp that kind of pulls it in this way a little bit, and then also clamp it that way. But what I'm thinking is, since I've got to pull it in this way and this side is kind of loose still, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this side before I glue this. That way this side is nice and solid and it will squeeze together like I want it to. But first thing I'm going to do is a dry run. So I'm going to go get a wider clamp that will fit across here. I'm going to lay this on there, kind of dry clamp it down, and see how much we can get that to suck in. So I'll bring you right back. Alright, so got my piece just sitting on here. Get it lined up where I want it. I'm really not worried about this little gap down here because I can always put a piece of veneer in there if I need to, and then I'll just kind of burst it in a little bit. So let's get some clamps. Trying to figure out where I'm going to put these. And you can't squeeze these too tight, because if you do, then you're going to smash in the top. We don't want to do that. Alright, so let me stack my bench cookies here. I'm going to flip that. Why did I do that? Alright, so the bench cookies are stacked. Now I'm going to take my wide clamp here. I'm going to put it right at the widest part of the lower bout here. Let's see how much I can get that to squeeze in. And I think this is going to work, actually. And then again, I will use these where braces are to bring that down to a good height. That's pretty close to where I want it to be. I will probably do is squeeze this together just a little bit more, and then I'm not sure if I'll have to add a piece or what I'm going to do, but I've got to make up for that gap. So I'll bring you back at that point when I decide what I'm going to do. Alright, so I had some customers come in, so I had to take a little hiatus there for a minute. But anyway, I've got my dry run here, and I've still got some gaps, but I think I can fill that in with little pieces of veneer if I need to. I'm going to try and keep glue out of those gaps as much as possible. I've also got amber CA glue that I can fill that with, and it will kind of blend in a little bit and add to the structural rigidity if need be. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these clamps off, and then we're going to put some Titebond on everything and get her glued back together on this side. So I'm just gonna put a little piece of tape here and here. That way I know where my braces are at when I put my piece on, and can put clamps there. Just going to take my regular Titebond here, Red Label Titebond. Do a little bit going around here. Put it on the braces. Put a little bit on here, on the spot where the braces are, and a little around the edge. Spread that out. And like I've said before, it don't take a lot of glue. Too much glue can be a bad thing. I'm just using a, it's actually a used Harbor Freight grease brush that I used for Titebond on yesterday's episode when I did this. And then I just cut off the section on the end and made for a little shorter, stiffer bristle brush here. Can control, the shorter and stiffer the bristles, the more you can control where your glue is at. So, alright, we've got that. And so let's position that where we want it. Get the initial little bit of excess off of there. So I'm going to kind of clamp down that corner a little bit. I'm going to put these lightly on here where the braces are, just enough to hold it. I'm actually going to squeeze it together now at this point. Get that as tight as I can there. to take 2 other clamps. This actually slid on me a little bit, so I've got my non-marring hammer here. Set this like that. Just try and line that edge up a little bit. And I am probably going to grab 2 more clamps, and I'm going to put one going from here to here, and then probably one over here in the corner, and we'll call that good. So let me grab a couple clamps. Alright, not sure which clamps I'm going to use here yet, so I've got a few to choose from. Move that over just a shade. That's going to pull that in. Put that one there on the edge. I think I'm actually going to replace that clamp with this one. Grabbed a bunch of the little clamps too, but don't think I'm going to use them. Maybe I will. Put a couple in between. Yeah, just like that. Tighten that one down. Tighten. Move that one over that way some. Pull that down. And then one more of the little ones over here in this corner. Keep that as flat and together as I can. And we'll call that a glue job. So now I'll let that sit for however long I need to, 24, 48 hours, whatever. I'm recording this on Saturday. Probably take the clamps off Tuesday when I come in, but because I'm not open on Sundays or Mondays except for by appointment. But anyway, and then the next step, we will glue this corner and glue this corner. I'll fill in with whatever I need to in here. And I don't like how that clamp is sitting. So I'm going to switch that up just a little bit. Last thing I want to do is crack the top on this damn thing, you know? Just trying to make these level and even. So, there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like and subscribe. Tune in for the next episode.